Steven, come here. People on YouTube saw you, but this is Steven.
Hello.
Steven is a guitar tech, guitar sales, grand poobah, all things guitar. Yeah. But yeah, I just got some stuff I'll put in right here of you playing the telly. Metal guy playing a vintage telly.
Yeah. What comes out of that?
Yeah, it was awesome. Welcome to Hometown Music. This is an introduction video. So Steven works here, Chris works here, Chuck works here back there. And so in this video, we just want to talk about, hey, we're running a guitar shop these days. Yeah. You got to meet Chris. You kind of met him in the last video.
Hi.
This is Chris Jackson. Chris, what's your deal?
Oh, like right now, my deal is I'm a certified coffee addict and usually have caffeine at reach.
It's true. It's been, okay, we've needed tons of coffee because it has been full blown.
It has been.
Like figuring out point of sale, figuring out website.
Yep.
And then all of the contracty stuff behind the scenes.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, you buy a guitar shop, you figure, yeah, you've got, all these guitars and everything. The trick is every year you put in new orders for the new stuff, replenish things you've sold. When you go and buy a guitar store, you legally become a new business, even though you've bought a shop that's been there for over 20 years. And some vendors are like, great, cool, let's keep it going. And what do you need? What can we do to support you? Love the relationship. And some people are like, okay. It's like two dogs sniffing each other.
Yeah, it's been surprisingly complicated and difficult to get brands to just let us say, hey, we are still Hometown. It's been here for 20 years. Now we just want to sell those guitars. All that's changing is where the check's coming from and the tax ID. Right. But it's, for some brands, they want us to jump over the highest of hurdles.
And, I mean, the more corporately structured the company, the worse it is. But, we've gotten through it. It's been fun getting in, looking at what the store's done really well for a long time and what we're going to continue to do and make work, and then where the opportunities to spread out a little bit, try a few new things, maybe cater and fill in a couple of what might have been holes, and also just expand those offerings so that we can serve more players.
Yeah. I think the guitar shops are particularly cool when you get people that have a passion for a certain kind of music or a certain kind of guitars, because all four of us really have different perspectives. Like, you're a drummer.
Yeah,
a bit masquerading as a guitar player.
Yeah, I'm a drummer who couldn't take a drum set everywhere, and it's not. Most people aren't cool when you just like park under a tree and bang on some drums. So
yeah.
I learned just enough guitar to be able to hang out on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, and then Steven is just a metal dude from way back, and so
it's a shredster.
Yeah, which it has reignited my love for metal, and because that's where I came from, was like punk rock, hardcore metal,
right.
And then I went hardcore into like Neil Young, and so just a weird transition.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of in the Americana and bluegrassy acoustic guitar world, and then Chuck knows all the things about classic rock and.
Oh yeah. He's our classic rock encyclopedia.
Chris, when you look around the guitar shop.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, let's just talk about what brands do we carry.
So, brands that we have carried and will continue to carry, Alvarez, Ibanez, PRS, Fender. After that, we do a lot of like Kala ukuleles. On the drum side, Tama, also looking at some other things there.
And some Zildjian.
Zildjian cymbals. All the things you would expect in a good guitar shop. I mean, Hometown Music has joined the Blue Sprocket family. That whole, I say that the whole reason that Blue Sprocket exists is to help musicians get the music in their head out into the world. We've run a recording studio, we run a vinyl record manufacturing operation. We are all in the helping people get it from here to here, and to the extent that this store is just an even bigger extension of that. We're really excited for that. From whether you're just a player, you're just looking for that instrument that feels good in your hands, that helps you evolve as a player, or whether or not you're a content creator type, or somebody trying to work their way up the percussion ladder. It's like any of those things. We're all as knowledgeable as we are, and we're also always willing to learn more, to help other people as much as we can, and just trying to help as many people as we can with what we got, and the more we can help people over time, the more we're excited to do that.
Yeah. So it's amazing what stuff is just showing up, walking through the door, and what stuff is already here. I've said it in two different ways. One, we hope to bring really cool guitars from here, that people that live in our hometown get to experience really cool guitars.
Yep.
But there's a whole other way in which there are amazing guitars that are from here that we want to help get out into the world.
Absolutely.
So, with that said, I know what my favorite guitar is in the store. What's your favorite guitar in the store?
Well, my favorite guitar in the store is me cheating.
I cheated a little bit too.
Yeah. So so I just happen to have here my personal Yairi. It's a 12 fret dreadnought. So this is the Alvarez Yairi line, which is, so you have Alvarez and Alvarez Yairi. Alvarez, which is for the most part what the store has carried, are incredibly good value, incredibly well built production guitars. At every step along their line, you're going to get a great quality instrument that's going to play well, that's going to be built very well. Most of them are built in China, but then they have their Yairis, which are handcrafted in Japan by expert luthiers. This is it, 12 fret dreadnought, just an incredibly wonderful sounding instrument, and I'm a terrible guitar player, but an incredible instrument. And I bought this a little over 2 years ago, right after the explosion, because I had a Alvarez, not a Yairi, but an Alvarez Masterworks, rosewood, back and side, spruce, and that I had bought back when I worked for Chuck. Took it to Nashville. It ended up on all kinds of recordings because people would just pick it up and they'd be like, this thing plays like a Taylor, but it sounds like a Martin, and it's punchy and it's round and it's full, and it was great. I had that guitar for more than a decade.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it was lost in the explosion. So after that, I said, well, I'm getting myself a nice guitar.
I cheated a smidge too.
Yeah, you did. But
Okay.
you know what? We're going to let that go.
I built a guitar. So we're going to sell Showalter guitars. This is a Sycamore top, Osage orange back and sides. But, I mean, we're in it. Like, both of us are worn out from figuring out how to take over and run a guitar shop, and Chuck has been incredibly gracious. He's back there.
Coffee will help.
Chuck has been amazingly gracious to help us figure out, like, there's things I know how to do, and there are a million things I don't know how to do, and the problem that I keep finding is I don't know what I'm not doing until the moment it's like, oh boy. Oh, so Chuck has
That's
been...
the old thing, right? You don't know what you don't know.
Until
you need to know it.
Oh yeah. This video is going to go out on the main channel. We're going to eventually spin off a channel for Hometown Music, and there's going to be other stuff coming. So make sure you're subscribed, number one, and then you can kind of see them back here. There are T-shirts. There's a link, hometownmusic.net. You can go there. You can buy shirts. You can buy stickers. We're going to have guitars starting to show up there, including we had a 1968 Telecaster show up today from the original owner. It's an amazing guitar. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. I'm Jeremy. That's Chris, Steven, Chuck. This is Hometown Music, and we're really, I don't know. I'm just excited. This whole journey is really cool and really exciting. So make sure you're subscribed. See ya.